Good morning, everybody. Today is December 7th. I'm Mr. Sheridan. This is Zoology for today. So just an update on me personally. So I just, my son was actually in the third grade class that had a student that tested positive. So I will be teaching from home for the next few weeks since he's going to be here. So it'll be a little different with me kind of around my place. But shouldn't change anything, and I will continue to look through your summative projects that are due over the next couple of weeks. So to build on that, just so everybody's clear, on Wednesday of this week, December 9th, your species and I just want to make sure I'm calling it by the right species exploration slide presentation. That's what the assignment that's due on Wednesday. I want to make sure that everybody is working on that and you can get done. In fact, what I want to do quickly is do a screen, is share my screen so that we can go through. This is an example of a student who has been working on his. It's not perfect, but it does a really nice job of what I'm looking for. So down here, he took all the information from his safety presentation. He didn't have it in a slide deck at the time, but he had turned in all of this information on his facility and the safety that would be involved in raising Hereford cattle. So he took all that information, put it into this slide deck. And yours doesn't have to be as detailed as this, but it does a good job of then breaking down the history of the Hereford cattle breed. And when we talk about, what makes them Herefords, so they're colored a certain way, where did they come from, their demeanor, what they're known for, what they're good for, that sort of thing. But then talks about the history of them and what two breeds were actually bred together in order to form that breed. And that's where cattle come from. We got to mix two things together to get them. And in most of these breeds, especially Herefords, is one of the foundation breeds of cattle. So you're going to find that a lot of other breeds came from breeding Herefords with others. So it did a really nice job talking about when they came to the United States, when they were kind of bred and started to become popular. And then does a deep dive into where Herefords are around the world, where they have breed associations, where they are raising larger herds of Hereford cattle and that sort of thing. So a couple of things, he can add some more images in here. He could, especially with this around the world information, if there's a way to get more info about a specific farm or ranch from around the world, that would be great. Any pictures or anything like that would certainly help when we're putting together slide presentations to break up just all of the text that's on those slides. So just an example of kind of what I'm looking for in terms of this breed, investigation into a specific species and some of the history and the information from around the world that I'm looking for. So you need to go through and make sure that you are finding this information on whatever species that you choose. So we're doing a lot of internet research here to try to get all of this stuff compiled so that you can have a nice report on the specific species that you would like to focus on. So that is the project that's due on Wednesday. Then on the 18th, which is the Friday after this, not this coming Friday, but the Friday after that, the 18th is when your ag topic speech or presentations are due. And for those of you who haven't read that assignment lately, it is in your Google Classroom that, so if you go into here, it is assignment number, and it's assignment number 39. Your ag topic speech or presentation. I'd encourage you to read through this because you are required to actually give this you need to read it. So once you've written, if your plan is to write a speech, which is the most basic form of doing this assignment, if you wanted to do if you're planning to do an FFA contest and you are doing an ag issues team or or a demonstration, that counts for this project, but most of you are just basically going to be writing a very detailed 5-paragraph essay that's at least 4 minutes long when you read it. And you do need to read it and record yourself reading it so that you can actually, that's part of this assignment, is actually giving the presentation and actually reading through that speech yourself. So make sure that you read those instructions. That information, we've been working on this for 3 months now. So you should, if you had been following along, gotten a lot of that info already put together. I know that a lot of you haven't. So it's going to be a bit of a crunch here at the very end to try to get all this info put together. I want to help you as much as I can, but you've got to reach out. Let me know what you're struggling with. If you're required to do an interview with someone from that industry, so if you're struggling to find someone who you could interview, keep in mind that an interview can be emailing someone and getting a response back. That counts as an interview. You need to be able to document that and make sure that you understand that you know where that, and be able to tell me where that information came from. But that counts as an interview. Talking with a relative that's involved in that industry, that counts as an interview. But you do need to involve someone from that industry, that whatever it is that you are interested in, that you can start to write about. So I'm here. I wish that we had more students that came to class and could ask questions, but for now I just want everybody to be out there working on these 2 summative projects. They are summative grades. They are going to count toward your final grade. I hope that you're working on them. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, and I will see everyone very soon. Have a great day.